What's going down, everybody? It's your boy, That Guy Mile High, tuning back in for another interview on HHTv with my man, Dabbing Cuban. Yes, sir, it's that guy. He's a cannabis influencer from Florida, out here repping Colorado tough, though. So, what's up with you, man? How you doing today?
I'm doing great, brother. How about yourself? Thank you for having me out here.
Yeah, no problem. Scoot up to the mic a little bit, or scoot the mic to you, actually.
Yeah,
we got that.
Here we go. Is that better?
Yeah, they can hear your beautiful
Yeah, I'm doing
voice.
great, everybody. Thank you, Jacob, for having me out here. I finally got to meet the homie Eric as well.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate your time.
No problem.
And
We
your
appreciate
kindness.
you. Yeah, man. Oh, man. Anyways, we're going to move on. Anyways, man, so let's get to know Dabbing Cuban, man. Who was Dabbing Cuban before Colorado? Because I know you as of the influencer, but, you know, I don't know nothing about you as far as before that.
Before that, you know what? It's actually the same guy. Dabbing Cuban is the same guy. I'm Alex. You know, it's what you get on IG is what you'll get in person. So I won't even sit here and say that Dabbing Cuban is really an alter ego or someone different, because it's just the same person. It's just the only difference is the name, and it's an IG username. But yeah, I'm the same person. Who was I before I came out to Colorado? I was just your regular average Joe. I still am working my ass off, trying to make that money, and eventually moved out here to Colorado to start a new life.
Oh yeah. What did you do for work out there in Florida before you came here?
I worked at a temporary staffing agency, so I would supply different companies with temporary workers.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
I would wake up every day at 3:30 in the morning to go do that.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah,
I'm not even gonna lie.
It was really rewarding though, because you got to put money in a lot of people's pockets.
Yeah, big facts, and and that's important. I have one of my best friends actually got onto a permanent job doing temp work for 2 or 3 years, and finally found his forever home. It seems like, because he's been at this one place for, I want to say it's going on 2.5 now. So yeah, that's dope. So let's get into it then. We won't get harp too much on Florida because
it's too hot.
Yeah, but
it's too hot.
And it's humid.
I would never go back. I just came back from Florida from visiting family and
in Disney World, right? Yeah, Disney World.
That shit is just too hot and humid. I hate that. I would never leave Colorado unless the money is right. Other than that, I'm staying here right now, and probably for the rest of my life. Colorado's a great place to live in, and a perfect place to raise kids.
I agree with that. I got 3 myself, so I understand that, and I'm born and raised here, so it's home. This is my true home right here. But so what ultimately actually brought you to Colorado? Like other than just wanting to start a new life, what was the actual reason you picked here?
We came out here actually on vacation to visit my brother. And when we came out here, we were out here for about a week. I got to see that the people were actually completely different from the people out in Miami. I love Miami for the food and for my family that's out there. But unfortunately, Miami has a very diverse culture where you have every type of Latino out there, and it's like a competition. So everyone's either competing or arguing. So when we visited Colorado, the atmosphere with the people is just a completely different thing. A lot more nicer, a lot more chill. I don't know if because everyone's fucking smoking weed.
Yeah, that's a big part of it,
That, and then the weather. There's no humidity, there's no heat, except for when summer comes around. Yeah, we get all seasons here. So when I came, it was nice and cold. I loved it. And then I also had my wife apply. She was very comfortable at where she was working at. She works in insurance. She had been there for 10 years, but when I told her to apply and she started seeing the offers that she was getting to come to Colorado, she said, screw it, let's do it. So we actually my wife got a really good opportunity in her job that was impossible to say no to with the numbers that they threw at her. So we, like I said, we like the weather, we like the people, the cost of living is cheaper as well. So we decided to say, screw it. And we left.
Yeah, it hit every check mark. It seemed like
exactly.
Every one of them.
And it's worked out perfect so far. I cannot complain. I love it here.
Hell yeah. How long have you been here exactly?
It's going to be 4 years now.
Okay. So you came in after the actual initial wave of people flooded here after the cannabis legalization, because it was nuts those first 4 or 5 years when it actually legalized. Denver was a completely different city. I mean, Colorado as a whole was a different state when that happened. So you kind of snuck in at a good time when things were kind of calming down.
It's funny because when I left, it had just become legal in Florida too. Medical.
I would say on the medical side because they haven't quite got their recreational situation figured out. So
I saw you already know that they're gonna have it soon because I saw what is it? Cookies make an announcement that they're going over, and Cookies is only
rec.
So you know they're gonna have that soon.
Yeah, they're definitely on their way. So when you actually got here to Colorado, because I know we spoke briefly, you know, in the times that we've actually communicated and hung out, and I know you didn't jump right into the whole cannabis space. Like you were definitely a user, you loved cannabis, you had a passion for it. But what were you doing once you got here? Like what was your game plan?
When I first started here, I started working at FedEx. I worked for FedEx for a few months and it was just not for me anymore. I got tired of driving a big ass truck in the middle of the mountains, in the middle of nowhere. And yeah, I got tired of that. So I ended up working. I got a job offer with my brother at a day program, working with special needs adults.
Hell yeah.
And I had been doing that for almost 2 years until COVID came. But yeah, I was working with special needs adults. It was, you know, very rewarding. I have someone here that actually used to work with me.
Shout out to Wesley over there.
Shout out to the homie Wesley.
Gang.
He's here. He's my
Top
partner.
flight security.
Yeah, top flight security. He's no longer working there either. He's my security guard now. So yeah, he was he knows how much fun it was. It was very rewarding. It definitely taught me how to I actually made a post of it yesterday to appreciate the little things in life a lot more.
Big facts.
It definitely taught me to have a lot more patience.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize you worked at FedEx, and while I'm on that right there, I actually worked at FedEx too for like, I don't know, I think I started when I was 18 and maybe worked there in the nights while I did my day job and stuff in the grows and stuff that I worked with, but I ended up getting fired because I got super angry at one of my men. Yeah, and she basically, so she came to make me write me up or whatever because I had misplaced like 1 or 2 packages, and I loaded 3 trucks, like 3 of the residential trucks, and she literally came and was like, "Yo, I know you loaded like 3,000 packages or something." That night, but you missed 1 or 2.
You're not allowed to make a mistake.
Bro,
3,000 packages.
It like made me. I like lost it. I was so livid, and I was like cussing. I'm not signing it. I'm not signing it. She's like, well, if you don't sign it, then we have to you'll have a bigger issue. I was like, oh, you're gonna fire me? Oh, you firing me now? Like, all right, cool. And my mom worked there too, so I went down to the end of the belt that I was working at, where she actually was the scanner and like put the stickers on, and basically just went to her and was like, hey, mom. They're firing me. I gotta go and blah blah. And the lady comes running after me, and I just storm off. And she grabs me to try to stop me. Right. And I pull away, and I had a water bottle, and I throw this water bottle at the door, and it explodes. Like I put so much force. It explodes. Like people across the warehouse are like, "What the was that?" Like, holy shit, like, what the fuck was that? Yeah. And I storm out some more. She's like, I need your badge. Like, we have to have that so you can't come back in. And I was just like, look, you want the badge? I grab it off the little thing and I fucking chuck that shit like a Frisbee into the, into the fucking, the lot where all the trailers are, the trailer lot and stuff. And it's like 5 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning. So you can't see. Right away. Yeah. I was like, yeah, find it. It's going to take you a while. Fuck you. Like walked off.
Can you imagine her trying to find that the next day during daylight and it's on top of a trailer the whole time?
Bro, I don't know where it went, where it landed. I didn't care. I was angry. But enough about me. I don't blame you. Every time I hear FedEx, it brings back that memory because I can't work there anymore. Like I'm on there, no rehire list.
Anywhere.
Yeah, no FedEx at all will hire me. But anyways, so back to the special needs kids and working with them and everything, man. Like that was probably super rewarding, like you were saying, and being able to kind of see a lot of firsts for, I'm sure, some of those kids and stuff, because you guys were in a position where you were trying to help them, right?
Everything in that job for me was a first time, because I had never really even worked with special needs adults before that. So everything that I did in this job was a learning experience from day one all the way up until the end.
Right.
And we had some good participants with us and some good staff members. Luckily, Wesley and I had each other's back all the time, so that made it even more worth it. To stay there and to be there working.
Yeah, that's dope, man. So like you said, so COVID comes around 2020, throws everybody on their heads, basically. You know what I'm saying? Does some body slams, smacks you around a little bit.
Some pile drivers.
Yeah, 2020 was not nice. 2020 was the big show. You know what I'm saying? And we were like Rey Mysterio trying to do tricks and flips and stuff. But the 619, man, I forgot about that move. but it just wasn't real effective against that big show, you know? But so I want to say, did you start getting into the influencer stuff before 2020 actually happened and COVID became a thing? Because I want to say I came across you in late 2019.
Yes. I started actually in March of 2019 is when I started. So it's going to be in, this upcoming March is going to be 2 years now. So yeah, I started last year, March of last year is when I started. Originally. Okay,
so you coming in on your year anniversary. Congratulations to you, sir. Oh yeah, 2 years. Yeah,
2 years going to be 2 years.
God. See, 2020 done.
Well, let's not count. Well, you know what? If 2020 was bad for me, I'd say let's not count it. You know, but you know what? I can't.
You
complain.
did good this year.
2020 was a good year for me. Even with COVID going on and everything, this is the most traveling I've done in my whole life in 1 year. You know,
I did travel a lot.
I did Vegas twice this year. I did California, Florida, and I'm still COVID free.
Hey, congratulations there, sir. We got to give the clappy hands. Come on, man. Clappy hands to that one. COVID free. All right. So you get into the influencer stuff. COVID comes around. And, obviously you were still in that straddle space between working with the, kids and doing your influencer stuff at night or in the early mornings, I remember. But once COVID kind of really took a hold of everybody, I remember you kind of going through that little transitional phase of being like, you know what, I can do this. Like, it's all right. Like, I got this. Like, and I think you even had maybe like 1 or 2 sponsors at that point too, right?
Yeah. It's funny because March of this year is when I hit my 1 year anniversary of Davin Cuban being on IG. March of this year is also when Wesley and I get let off from work. So it's crazy. So I lose my job when I hit my 1 year anniversary. So when that happened, I just, I was able to get the unemployment, which, somewhat helped, but it's not anything,
spectacular.
Yeah. So what did I do? I was able to, at that point I had some sponsors, non-paying sponsors, when I first started this, I just started taking on whatever I could as far as sponsors. And I really wasn't about the money. It was more about just trying to get my name out there as much as possible. But when COVID hit, it was my biggest sponsor, Designer Gas Club, told me, yo, you're not working. You need to start making money off your page. And thanks to him, he's the one that actually pushed me to actually start making money on my page. And it worked. It worked. So shout out to Mouse from Designer Gas Club for pushing me to actually.
Shout out to them.
To That's actually, dope. Make some money. Thanks to him too. I've made money with him as well with promotions and stuff. So, I mean, I never really thought of it like that before COVID. It was mainly like a fun little thing for me to do on the side, because I was working, I was making my money. So my concentration was more for my job.
Facts.
IG was just more like fun stuff. And I really never thought, oh, well, this is going to blow up and I'm going to eventually make money and I'm going to be traveling so much and I'm going to Be Real someday. Like, at that point when I still had my job, I wasn't thinking any of that. Like, if anything, I was more of the fan still, of wanting to follow other people and watch what they were doing.
Yeah, facts.
I didn't see myself as being one of the top influencers or content creators, however you want to call it. I personally don't like to say influencer because I'm not here to influence anybody to do anything. I'm just being myself. But yeah,
it comes with the territory.
Yeah, it comes with the territory. So,
so you got because at this point you've reached a level of notoriety where by no means are you at the level of a Be Real or anything, but you are definitely known enough that people are watching. Right. So you have to kind of be mindful of the messages that you put out there, the way that you carry yourself.
You censor yourself.
Right. We definitely have some very poor examples of people not carrying themselves right. And as far as like dabbing Granny even, you used to be a big fan of her. And
yeah, indeed. That was actually, not only was I a big fan of hers, she's probably one of the first influencers I was looking up to.
Yeah, and that's why I brought her up, because I remember there was a time before, you know, all the controversy around her, you know, she was kind of a part of your come up a little bit, you know, and that's kind of what I was going to ask you next, was like that whole process of coming up. You know, you kind of touched on as far as like what you were hoping for. There was no real like initial hope or, you know, goal behind it. But when you started to make these little connections and stuff like Dabbing Granny, like you took off. Like I remember that whole little smoke session with her that you did and posted. Like after that, it was like a never ending wave of dabbing Cuban, basically.
Yeah, it's to me, it's still unreal sometimes to me, because I'll get DMs of people telling me I look up to you, or you're my role model,
right,
or this and that. And to me, I'm just like, really? Like it's weird, and not in a bad way. It's just I personally just don't see that in myself, and a lot of people do, and I need to wake up and maybe see it. Some, you know, again, designers always telling me you need to see what you have, because you don't see it. Other people see it and you don't see it yet. Just because I guess I don't see myself. You know, a lot of people say I'm cocky. No, because if I was cocky, then I would see what everyone else sees. You know, I don't. I might come off cocky because I'm Cuban. I like to talk a lot of shit.
I was just gonna say that. I was waiting for an opportunity.
That's all it is. I like to talk a lot of shit.
Cuban, bro.
I'll tell you what, guys. Don't talk shit to me, because I'm probably the worst one to talk shit to. I grew up with friends and family members just making fun of me and me doing it back. And
so doing like the janking, basically, just back and forth, pulling each other's leg.
And you weren't allowed to cry or complain about it, you know. And if you did, you were a baby, you know.
Cry baby.
It made it even worse too if you cried. So, but yeah, I like to talk a lot of shit. But yeah, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's gotten to a point where, yeah, it you know, when I first met Dabbing Granny, at first I was like, wow, you know, this is fucking cool. You know, I didn't even think it would lead to me meeting other influencers or content creators or even celebrities. Right after her, I started getting, you know, celebrities attention and shit.
You took off, bro.
And I took advantage of that, because I realized that, shit, I'm getting more attention from actual celebrities than some of these influencers. You know, like,
and that's real. That's real.
Yeah.
You're not lying. Like that realization was something that I had come to when I was doing when I first started YouTube.
Yeah.
Because that's my biggest platform, was YouTube. So when I first started that journey, it was never like the smaller YouTubers that really reached out. There was one, shout out to Simba TV, who definitely like gave a lifeline and just kind of gave me some tips in the ropes. And Trap Terrell at the time was super small, but it's huge as shit now. I'm doing an interview with him as well. That would be a dope one. But
nice.
Once I made that realization that it was like these people who actually were going places and actually had shit going on that were like interested in me, I had to sit back and do what you did and realize, okay, so what is my message? What am I actually doing here? Like, how do I capitalize on this attention and this opportunity, really? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, and that's kind of what this, you know, situation has kind of turned out for you, because it seems very evident that you weren't really looking for anything out of this. Like, you know, your hand was forced and you already had something in place to kind of fill the void.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I've been, it's like I tell everyone, IG is not for everyone. If you're going to jump on here to do this, make sure you have some type of it factor behind it, or you have some type of personality, because anyone can jump on here. Yeah, anybody can jump on here and smoke weed. You know, I mean, half the time is like I've said before, half of the time when people go live is because, fuck, I'm going to smoke some weed right now. I'm bored. Fuck it. Let me just turn on the camera and go live. Because I've done that plenty of times, you know. Mm-hmm. But can you entertain that audience? Can you go on live for an hour and entertain them? Can you bring people live with you and entertain them? I mean, it's just a bunch of things behind it. So it's not that easy. People think, oh, you smoke weed on IG, that's easy. Yeah, the smoking part is. But do you have personality?
Facts. And do you have the wits to promote it? Right? Because you are one person that knows all too well about the banning and the suspensions and the
I recently just got off the shadow ban. I wasn't able to go live for about a month, so I just barely got my live back a couple days ago. And it's a combination of, you know, employees on IG that don't even know what they're deleting or reporting, and a combination of that with people just hating and making who knows how many fake profiles to report that one post to get it taken down, and maybe in hopes to get your page shut down. But yeah, IG can be, it can be crazy. It can be fun. IG, I've learned that at first it's fun, but once you reach a certain point with your page,
it's a job.
It's a job, and it sometimes is not fun anymore. You got to learn how to be thick-skinned, right?
Facts.
And how to ignore a lot of stuff. Luckily, that's where my job of working with special needs comes into place. My patience with people. I do have a lot of patience on IG. With the trolls, I really don't even pay too much attention, because if it's someone that I can't even see their face, I don't even care. It doesn't even faze me.
Yeah, that's
if it's other influencers that are out there, you got to learn how to do your best to just ignore it and not let it faze you and keep doing you.
Yep, big facts. And that's I think a good life lesson for anybody. Is just making sure that you're aware of yourself, the surroundings, because the only person you can actually control is yourself.
Correct.
So you can actually, avert and actually control situations by being conscious of yourself.
And keep in mind, that is the only person you are in competition with is
Facts.
Yourself.
And
you're not in competition
real.
with anybody else on here.
Yeah, that's real. But let's lighten it up a little bit and see what was that feeling when you got not only your first sponsor, but when you got your first paid sponsor. How did that feel?
Okay. My first sponsor, I would say, was Ooze. Ooze Life. Shout out to Ooze. I see some Ooze products here right now as well. Yes, indeed. It was awesome because it just happened so easily, and I didn't even have a lot of followers either. So they were really cool about it. They took their chances with me being having such a low count in followers at the time when I did take on them. And then my first paid sponsor is Designer Gas Club. I mean, that guy has just fucking taken care of me in ways that I never thought I would ever be taken care of from anybody. Usually I'm the one doing the taking care of and helping people out. And the way he just took me in and threw me under his wing was just, it's been incredible. From paying me for some type of promotion to taking me out of Vegas and renting a penthouse and having a penthouse sesh to being my fucking friend.
That's dope, man.
Because we actually, it's not just business. We are friends. I
was just gonna say that. Yeah. Like, I can vouch for everything that he's saying because I've got to, the luxury of, knowing you before that actual interaction happened.
Correct.
And I remember when it first started, and how excited you were to actually be a part of it and work with them, even at the small level that you were.
Right.
And to see it progress into the relationship that it has now. Like, it's definitely amazing, and it's inspiring because, like, I have my own personal situations like that too. So, like, I understand, like, that impact on somebody, and how it can actually make you feel and want to work harder and, do more so you can give those opportunities to somebody else,
Yeah, and it's not only that you want to work harder, but now, I see him like a friend. He's like family now. I mean, I'm talking to this guy some days at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. We're already talking.
Like a brother.
Right? So now I'm doing something for this guy who I see as family. It's gonna motivate me and make me want to work even harder. Mm-hmm. Because the one thing I don't like to do is disappoint anybody, and definitely not anybody that's close to me.
Facts. I feel that too tough right now. Actually, I understand that a lot. So what is it that you actually bring to the table for a company that decides to work with Dab and Cuban?
Here's something that I've noticed, and not to put anybody down. To me, it's more than just a paycheck when it comes to doing a promotion with these companies. Excuse me. To me, it's about building a relationship with them as well. From what I've noticed and from what I've heard from some of these businesses and companies, a lot of these influencers say, "Okay, give me the money, I'll make a post," and that's it. Well, I'm trying to get to know this person that wants me to promote for them. I want to know this guy's name. I want to know where he's from. I want to know what time zone he's in. I want to know everything so that he could say, "Yo, that's my friend. Dabbing Cuban's my friend. He's not just someone that promotes for me." So, that's something that these companies can expect from me, that I'm going to try to reach out to them and have an actual personal relationship with them and not just get that paycheck.
Right.
And they can also know that I'm going to go above and beyond when it comes to me doing my promos. I have my rates and my promo rates and all that, but even then, whatever option they pick, I still go above and beyond. I might do a few more extra posts for them to make sure that they're like, damn, this guy did go above and beyond and did do some dope shit for us.
Yeah, and that's dope. Yeah, and I was just gonna say that because like one thing I know about you, even above it myself, like, you know, I'm really good at establishing, you know, relationship with companies and, you know, basically becoming a part of them just as you are. But you're really well equipped with the capability of being able to promote products. Like your product promotion ability is amazing.
Yeah,
you know, like I be peeping game, bro.
It's funny because I think I did a couple videos while I was in Florida, and I just did it right then and there, right off the top of my head. We got to our Airbnb. I said, wait up, I got to set up and do a video. And my mom's just watching. Imagine, my mom's never really seen me do any of this. I just did beam, boom, 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 ba, and that's it. My commercial was done, like my post. And my mom and my wife was like, that's it. I'm like, yeah, that's it. They're like, there's no cuts. You didn't even have to like stop and do it over. Yeah. Like, no. Sometimes for the most part, it's just off the top of my head. I might see something and come up with a quick idea and do it. Just a little while ago, I wish I would have recorded something before I came in here. So I am a little bit bad sometimes at that. I wish I have like a camera rolling at all times on my shoulder.
Right, you need to just get one of them GoPros that just have it to your chest or one of the head. Because
I go through a lot of shit on a daily basis. It's like, damn, I wish I could have posted that. That was funny. Yeah, that was cool.
I feel that. But I will say, like I said, man, like being an influencer myself and being in like this similar kind of like promotional spaces that you kind of are in. You're very inspirational. Like, you know, even if I am have a bigger following, I definitely think you have way more engagement. I would definitely, especially on Instagram. Like,
thank you, sir.
Yeah, like I would definitely say that I look to your page sometimes for tips or ideas. You know, I won't lie.
Like, I appreciate that. And, you know, I will tell you, like I tell everyone else, slide in the DM. Anybody that needs help, I'm here for you.
Yeah, I mean, just follow him, honestly. Just you can at Dabbing Cuban. Dabbing. I always say dabbing, but it's dabbing. There's a G there. And follow him, man. Like, you don't even have to slide in his DMs to just kind of get inspired by what he does. Because the reality is he's really good at what he does. There's a reason that he's here. And there's a reason that he's in the positions that he's in, which we're going to further elaborate on. But, like, there's a reason for it. So...
Yeah, and what I mean by sliding in the DMs, if you have any questions, you want any advice, there's no unchecked DMs right now on my phone, unless because we're recording, someone happens to DM me while the phone's recording. All my DMs are checked at all times. I talk to everyone. Some of these DMs might get deleted because they're in the other folder, and then you get, you know, like all the spam.
Yeah,
so I'll just delete everything. So guys, just understand, if I deleted your message, it was an accident. It's not that I'm ignoring you, but for the most part, I answer everybody's questions, only because coming in this game, I didn't have anybody to help me out, really, you know.
Hey, I encouraged you, bro.
Yeah.
I did. I want to say, when I first started following you, only had like 1,000 followers, maybe 1,500 or something.
Yeah, I was, you know, I felt like DMing so many people and asking questions, but I didn't, because I'm like, they're not gonna check it. They're gonna ignore me. They have too many followers. They have too many DMs. It's just. But anybody that needs any help or any advice, go ahead and, like I said, slide in the DM, hit me up, let me know. I'll give you some advice. I'll help you out. I'll shut you out.
Hell yeah, that's dope. Well, like we said, Dabbing Cuban, and all that stuff will be in the links and stuff too when we post all this stuff as well. But since we're on the line of topics of, like, you know, sponsors and all that stuff, let's get like a little short list at least of like the most consistent brands you work with, because I know there's definitely probably more than what the consistent list is. I know there is, because there's definitely some brands that I know you've worked with, like maybe once or twice. But there's the ones that, like, you know, Designer Gas Club, that are like consistent.
So we got Designer Gas Club, we got Lit Dispensary, we got Buku Loud.
Gang.
Those are two dispensaries.
Shout out to Buku Loud.
Yeah, that Buku Loud's a medical dispensary in Colorado Springs, and Lit Dispensary is here in Denver.
Yep.
We got G-Pen. We got Ooze. We got Fresh Glasgow. Shout out to the homie Fresh Glasgow. If you guys need any ISO 99 alcohol, hit up the homie. I know you can't find any here. So hit them up. 710 Tools. I have a dab tool right here. Look.
Yeah, and that's one you've been working with since like the start as well too. You've been on that one for a while.
Yeah. Shout out to 710 Tools. That's the only tool that I use. He started he's one of the very first sponsors that actually
I remember
that reached out to me and hooked me up and has taken care of me
big stuff with them.
From the beginning till now. I actually have another package coming in from them today. So shout out to 710 Tools. He's been wonderful to me. Who else we got? I'm sorry. Alto 3D Design Group. Another company that I work with as well. I mean, I could keep going.
I know. That's why I said get the heavy hit, the ones that are consistent. Because the reality is like if we started to left you to your vices, I know there's probably another list of 20.
Yeah, student. Companies. The Gravity Bong, the student glass one. Shout out to them as well. But yeah, I appreciate every single one of them. Because it shows me that they all at one point have believed in me and have kept believing me and have stuck by me this whole time.
Yeah, big facts, man, and that's super dope. Shout out to all those companies for believing in my boy, man. Like I know when I first found Alvin Cuban or first found you, like I said, I was really taken back by just the genuine excitement that you had, and you were just like a breath of fresh air. I remember saying something of those, along those lines to you the first time we spoke, just like, bro, like you brought that like. Revitalized the life in me for Instagram, like because it was like I kind of had given up on the influencer space of cannabis, in the Instagram world, because it was like you've touched on a few times, like it's just really hard. There's a lot of people who don't want to work. Everyone wants to be the best, instead of just making a group conglomerate of us being the best. Like
I'm sorry to interrupt you. That is the way to think, though. That is the mentality to have, is to wake up in the morning, look at yourself in the mirror and say, you're the best.
Yeah, facts.
I also tell myself, you're the best, you sexy beast. But
words of confidence in the morning.
You got to tell yourself that. Now, make sure you're telling yourself that, but don't become a prick about it either. You know what I'm saying? Try to work with people, because that's the only way that you can actually come up a lot faster. You know what I'm saying?
No,
can you come up on your own? Of course you can. It's going to just understand those going to take a lot more work. And unfortunately, I've been in that situation where I've had to do my page for the most part by myself. Just recently that I've gone to Vegas, you've seen some collaborations. And that's because, I'm not from Vegas. So they were all like, yeah, they were very welcoming. So, but like you said, it is very hard, even here in Colorado. Look, this is probably the second thing I do here in Colorado in almost 2 years of me doing my IG. Just recently, I did something with Izzy Blaze, and
shout out to Izzy.
Shout out to Izzy. Now I'm here with you.
I'm about to say, not to interrupt you, Izzy records out of here too. I want to say,
oh yeah, all the time.
Yeah, shout out to Izzy. You know what I'm saying?
That's how I know about
Eric. Do something with you too, Izzy. I need to get you on here, but. Yeah, man, no, and that's definitely, and that's like the big thing that I'm getting at too, because like I remember when I first spoke to you, what's the best way to put it? Like I felt like there was an actual genuine connection, right? Like I knew like, okay, this is somebody that I think that I can actually vibe with and potentially do work with here. And that was important to me because a lot of my work that I was doing was by myself unless I was collaborating with people outside of the state.
Right.
And, that becomes super hard to get collaborations done effectively and efficiently and on a timely manner. Granted, we have technology and everything at our fingertips to make sure that, things get done, but not everyone has that.
And most importantly, that it's with the right people.
Facts.
Because
that too.
The egos get mixed up. People's feelings people forget that this is, you're working. So, keep the feelings aside. Don't take things personal. Constructive criticism. It's only to help each other get better.
Facts. Yeah, we can all grow if we all kind of, conglomerately put our losses together so we can all learn. Because losses are just learning opportunities in my mind.
Yes, sir.
So, if you know some things that, I can avoid, I would love that information. And, hopefully vice versa, you would love that information back in return. You know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
We can avoid a lot of obstacles that are unnecessary and only be, moving in a really progressive fashion, if you will.
And like you said, when you first met me, you felt the vibe.
Facts.
I'm like that with the majority of the people. Like I said, what you see on my page is what you're gonna get in person. It's not a different persona. It's not a different ego. I'm here to be cool and have fun with everybody, and build relationships. That's the one. If it's one thing that I tell everybody that asks me for advice when you start off your page, is network. You need to network.
Get on top.
If you get at the top of the IG bar, you see how many pages are live. You go in that first one, type in a few things, introduce yourself, scan to the left, swipe to the left, go to the next one, and keep doing that. You just went through 15 lives, and everyone saw you.
And he's not lying. That's definitely a very, efficient way to actually get yourself out there, is to actually engage with the people who are following you already, because then it entices them to want to, go see what you're doing when you're on live, and go check your page out and, like a few things and maybe comment and stuff, and it helps you in the algorithm. So what he's saying is that's gold right there. That's gold. You know what I'm saying? I don't think people understood that. That's a diamond, you dig? But so what are some of the cool things, man, that you working with these companies? What are some of the cool things that these companies have allowed you to do? That's a better way to put that. Because I know you do a bunch of giveaways, and I know a lot of these sponsors that you work with, provide gifts, if you will, for these giveaways. I know that they help with reposting, so platform reach, events like you said with Designer Gas Club. They've taken you out places and let you travel.
Yeah, I've from penthouse parties to surprise CashApp payments.
Well, that'd be nice.
Where the sponsors just be like, hey, you know what? Here you go.
I need my Cash App. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be in the bottom.
Yeah, where some of the sponsors have been like, hey, you know what? You're doing a good job. Here's a little extra something.
That's dope.
All my sponsors, for the most part, nobody has ever limited me to do from doing anything. They've told me, do whatever you want. Keep doing you, because ultimately, if you're going to want me to sponsor, if you want me to promote something, you're going to want me to be myself or what I'm doing. Me being something else or someone else is probably not going to mix well. It's not going to have good chemistry for me to promote your product like that.
Yeah, I feel that. That's definitely a good way to put it. There was
probably one sponsor that gave me something. I don't want to name the sponsors to not put them out there, but and it was professional. It's something that it was sort of a contract that they sent me. And it was understandable that they told me, the first video you do with our product, make it professional. Don't say your famous line, it's time to get fucked up. And I said,
man, we should have started this off with that, man. You got to do that, right?
I said, hey, you know what? It's cool. They said after that, do whatever you want. We're all for it. But the first video you make first, we just asked that you make it professional, and I could dig that. I don't care.
Yeah, for sure. They just want to see what kind of quality work they expect from you, honestly, or what to expect.
And if and I have no problem with that. If a company is paying me and they say, hey, we rather you not say that line.
Cool. The line's not in there.
Not a problem. The line will be in there. You paid me. Now, if it's a free promo that I'm doing for someone, because there's a lot of smaller companies that I might do something for free to help them out, because they're just a company
showing love.
I'm showing love. They're a company that just started, and I remember how it was for me when I first started. I wish someone was showing me love. I wish someone was helping me out. So some of these companies, I'll do something free for them, but you best believe I'm gonna do whatever I want with that promo. It's
big facts.
Yeah, there's no limitations there.
Oh yeah, man. Well, that's dope, bro. Like, I feel like you gave us a great insight into like the whole sponsorship world and how to kind of capitalize on it. And you kind of brought it to light too, that the realization is that not everybody is going to pay, right? Like, you have to kind of be very selective about the sponsorships and know how to approach them in a professional manner so that they understand that what you are doing is valuable to them and holds value. Yeah. Right. Which I think you do very well at, as far as, I'm pretty sure majority of them, you either have some sort of, just payment monthly situation where they just pay for X amount of posts, or, some sort of back end where you got promo codes and stuff. So
yeah. And to everyone starting off, don't think that you just started and you're entitled to any type of payment.
Facts.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes, you are working. I understand you are working, but you are not entitled, because Facts. You want to know why? Nobody knows who the fuck you are. So I'm sorry. Build your stuff. Gary Vee, I've always remember him saying that do what you need to do during the day to make your money, but do what you love at night, even if it means doing it for free.
Facts.
Okay, so
turn hobbies into money, bro.
That's what I did for a little over a year. I worked for free. I handed out promo codes, dabbing Cuban this, dabbing Cuban that, save money here, save money there.
Yeah, you did.
After a year passed, guess what? Now I've seen how many times these companies have made money off of my code. Now I can say, hey, how about you share some of that wealth over here, buddy? Because you're making money off my code. It's only it's only fair that we both make money now.
Yeah, we both need a plate.
Right.
And I need a plate. You know what I'm
saying? And the ones the ones that I've told that to be honest, they haven't had. Hey, you're right. They no hesitation.
Yeah.
You're right. Send me an email and let's work something out.
Yep, and that's big fact. So, you know, for anybody who wants to know, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Now you know. But let's get into you know, the people around you, man. Like, how has this journey affected the ones around you, loved ones, family, friends? How has this kind of played on your personal life, man?
Luckily, I don't really have too many friends out here.
Friends.
So yeah, no. You know, when we moved out here, it was just us three, my wife and my little one. So, you know, I have my friend here, Wesley, and my brother. But as far as friends, it hasn't affected any of my friendships. At the very beginning, it was a little hard for the wife and for the little one because, you know, I'm taking time from them. Right. But she has realized and seen where my page has gone, that I'm actually doing something, that her Cash App is actually getting money from this.
That's a beautiful thing, bro. Like, when you actually see money coming through.
Yeah, I mean,
it's nice. It feels good,
especially during this fucked up time. You know.
Yeah. Facts.
So to be able to produce some type of some money or make some type of business off yourself during this rough time. I mean, that's a great thing.
Big facts.
But so shout out to the wifey for supporting me and always having my back. Actually, her and the little one have been able to travel with me this year as well, so they can't complain.
Hell yeah, no, that's dope. I it's shout out her page because I know I'm gonna say it wrong.
Dab Tizzle Cherie.
Yeah, there it goes. I was not gonna say that. I was gonna say
murder it.
Yeah, I was gonna say Drizzle something. I was like, I know it's not that. I was like, I know the end of it is her name, but I don't remember the fucking beginning. Yeah. So, but yeah, go follow her too, man, because she's definitely on her grind. You know, when he says she believes, I think she believes on a whole new level of like, yo, we can both get this bread, bro.
Yeah. She's not, you know what, to be honest with you, she's not so much into it. She'll drop a video every now and then, but she's more concentrated in her actual job. To her, that's she's the money maker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
where she makes theirs, so she's like, I don't think Instagram's gonna come too close to what I'm making right now.
Not yet, though.
Yeah,
y'all are on your way, man, and that's the reality.
Sometimes I'll drag her into a video, so to get her in there and stuff. But she doesn't, you know, she's not one like, babe, why haven't you shouted me out? I need some more followers.
Yeah, nah.
Never has my wife told me, hey, shout me out on your page so I can get more followers. So when I do it comes out of me to do it. You know,
I'm shouting her out too. Go follow her page because she's really creative when she actually does post. Yeah. Like you could tell she's a woman, so she puts creative thought into, you know, everything. So
and
like
it's sexier than what we do.
Yeah, true that. You know what I'm saying? She's willing, yeah, she can pull off things that we just can't. You know what I'm saying? That's just the reality.
Makeup wouldn't look good on us, bro.
No, you know, it wouldn't. As much as my girl be like, yo, let's make a video and let me put makeup on you, like, not happening. No. But no, she definitely, when she does decide to post, it's usually something super creative, her having fun. She's not afraid to take the big dab hits and everything like that, like how you do. She hasn't quite come up with a little, like, you know, montage and slogan like you have with the whole let's get fucked up and the whole face and shit. But I don't really think she necessarily needs it because she has a personality, and she's got the creative touch too. So, you know, go follow her and maybe encourage her to post a little bit more because, like we were just saying, all it takes is to turn a hobby into a job, you know what I'm saying, and make money off of it.
And it's not a job if it's something you love.
Facts, and that's real life. So, but yeah, let's move on because it seems like there wasn't a whole lot there because you know already had your life kind of figured out as you're an adult. So
and you know, like I said, she's very mature. At first, it was, you know, she saw I was taking time away. It was kind of a bother. But when she saw that it was actually going somewhere and I was actually meeting certain people, she was like, shit, you know what? You're doing something right. Keep doing it.
Facts, man. And that's dope. So while we're kind of on this, the whole fact of meeting people, how many people have you met celebrity-wise or, you know, in that quote-unquote celebrity title world?
In person, through my page, celebrities, right? We're talking about not IG. Are we talking about real celebrities or IG celebrities?
Let's start with the real celebrities that most people would know, and then if there's some
celebrities, I've only met one, and you know it's because of COVID. You can't really do too much.
Yeah, true that.
Which is Be Real. I shout out to him. Shout out to E-Zone. Shout out to C-. They were very welcoming when I went out there. I actually showed up unannounced. So, I hit him up in the DM. I told him, yo, I'm out here. You down to chill? What's up? He was like, yeah, come to the studio right now. I was like, oh, shit, I'm 2 hours away. And I was nervous. I was like, fuck, man, like, this is my chance, right?
Yeah, you got to take it.
But I couldn't go. I just couldn't. I was away. I was doing something. I was like, fuck, this is my chance. But fuck it. I took the chance and I was like, can we do it tomorrow? And he was like, yeah, we can, papa. I was like, oh shit,
that was a good feeling, huh?
Yeah. Like, I was like, okay. He told me come through the next day. We smoked and shit. Everybody smoked their personals and stuff, and we kicked it. It was cool. I gotta go back because, like I said, it was unannounced, so I gotta go back so we can do the smoke box and some other things. But yeah, shout out to to Be Real and them. But that's been the only celebrity I've met in person. As far as IG goes, there's Baby Bash. There's from the WWE, The Godfather. There's Armin.
And some of those are big names too. Like, yeah. I feel like they're like people would know who Baby Bash is.
El Presidente. He's the. Did you guys remember the Water Boy?
I was just about to ask that. Like,
you guys remember the Water Boy, the quarterback? The jerk quarterback.
Yeah.
Him. He follows me too.
That's fire.
Darren from Wild 'N Out, Big Baby.
Yep. Shout out to Big Baby.
Shout out to him
Darren,
as well.
Big Baby.
Wilfred. You guys know Wilfred the dog? No.
Nuh-uh.
Look up Wilfred the dog, and that's hilarious. He had a hilarious show with Elijah Wood. I can't remember what network it was, but yeah. Shout out to Wilfred as well. I'm drawing a blank right now. There might be a few more. Shout out to Loudpacks J.
Man, the list goes on and on for you, don't it?
Yeah, there's a few more I can't remember right now because I'm drawing a blank. But as far as the celebrities,
hell yeah, man.
Those are some of them.
That's dope.
Shout out to them.
Congratulations too on that, man. Because that's definitely a feat. Like to be able to even say that and have a list that extensive, like that's legit.
I'll be honest with you. Just meeting Be Real alone was a
highlight.
Great accomplishment. People might say, "Oh, you're right in the cloud and this and that." No, to me, it's a great accomplishment because that is the first. Cypress Hill Black Sunday was the first fucking hip hop album I ever had, and I had to do it behind my parents' back. It was my birthday. I can't remember how old I was. It was my fucking birthday, right? And I asked for this CD, and my parents said, "Fuck no, you're not getting that shit." I don't know if you guys even remember the cover. It looks like some demonic shit. It's like crazy. They were like, fuck no. They got me the fucking Simpsons sing-along CD and Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice, okay? And MC Hammer album. And the MC Hammer. Those are my first 3 albums ever, guys. All right? Luckily, my uncle lived in Miami back then, right? And he worked at this old music store that's no longer around. It's called Specs. He showed up and he secretly handed me the Black Sunday.
Here you go. This is you right here.
So imagine that being my first hip hop album and listening to that album
so it has
for
sentimental value to
fucking years. And then I go live with this guy one day and I make him laugh because Be Real's a serious dude for the most part. You see me serious. I'm making this fucking guy laugh with nose dabs. I was like, bro, what the fuck? This is fucking nuts, And then I met him. So yeah, to me that was my best accomplishment this year. And again, it's not about riding a cloud or anything. It's something sentimental, like you said to me. And every time I think about it, I always think about my uncle too because of him. It's because I became a big Cypress Hill fan.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Like that's fire. Like you can't hate somebody for having actual story and back. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, who the fuck wouldn't go Be Real if he said, "Hey, come through"?
Yeah, and Be Real is a big stoner too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He's be smoking the big weeds too. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't mind smoking that insane with Be Real. Yeah, like you right. Like let's be real. Like man, pun intended. I didn't even mean to right there. Hey. I caught that. Hey, hold up. But no, like, even before like cuz I knew Be Real from like Cypress Hill, or not knew him, but like know of him from Cypress Hill and music and all that stuff obviously. But I'm really big on the cannabis industry. And to kind of know his hand and what he's done with, his whole situation is super dope and it's inspiring. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to follow people like him or Burner or any of these big cannabis brands that kind of started from nothing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The ones that just kind of came out the mud and created something dope that, really shows that it's possible,
right?
To kind of have like brand power in this industry without, always having everything stacked in your favor. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I really appreciate those types of stories and people like Be Real or Burner, like I said. So,
yes, sir.
And you answered one of my questions that I was about to ask. What was the best, highlight of this whole situation or process? But you just said it. It was meet and Be Real. So, we'll move on from that one and go to the other side of the spectrum of that. And what so far in this last 2 years that you're coming up on has been the worst part of this whole process?
The negativity and the hate. Like I said, you got to be thick-skinned. Luckily for me, I grew up with a bunch of friends and family members where we always made fun of each other. And, these are people that actually count in your family. So it kind of hurts when they're saying some of these things to make fun of you.
Yeah, facts.
So if these people that counted in my life, when they made fun of me and I was able to get over that, it's easy for me to get over it on IG. But that probably has to be the worst thing that I go through. I've gotten from hate mail to death threats.
Man,
to people blocking.
Is that serious?
It is, yeah, it's gotten that serious.
Man.
It's gotten that serious, guys. And at the end of the day, why? I ask myself sometimes why. What? Ask yourself. I tell these people sometimes, what did I do to you? What did I ever do?
Dabbing Cuban do to you?
Ask yourself that question, because
I'm asking all you trolls now.
Yeah,
what did dabbing Cuban do to
it's
you?
It's very simple. If you don't, this is what I do. I block the trolls. But if you're just somebody that gets annoyed easily by someone's page, or you just don't like certain content, there's a block button for that, guys.
Facts.
There's no need. There's no need to waste your time and your energy on sending bad vibes or any negativity out there, because I believe in karma, and I've done a lot of good with people on my page, and that's why I believe why my page keeps getting bigger and why I keep being more successful. I try to do as much positive stuff, even if you guys don't see it. I'm not the type of person to do a bunch of good stuff or positive stuff and post it all the time. Some of the stuff that I do is just for my personal feelings, for me to feel good about what I just did. It's not for me to get some clout because I did something nice today,
Yeah.
But yeah, that probably has to be the roughest part, and even then, I clean my ass with all that shit, to be honest with you. You know me. I really, unless it's something that's in my face or in person, you're really not gonna trigger me or do nothing to me. Like I said, I've been trained to have a lot of patience. So.
Yeah, word.
Yeah.
Well, is there any one particular moment or situation that if you could go back and redo, would you, and why?
No, I wouldn't change anything.
Word. So you're pretty happy and content with how the journey's kind of been so far?
The journey has been great, so I wouldn't want to change anything about it.
Right.
That's like taking a piece out of a certain chemistry. That chemistry is not going to work anymore.
I like that. That was a good analogy.
If I go back and take something out, will my destiny and my outcomes be the same?
That's a good question. You never know. So, and that's a good way to just kind of like come to peace with the past and the things that have happened and move forward with a clear conscience and a clear mindset. You know what I'm saying? And be able to effectively, progress in the most efficient way. Like, I think that's what we all want, but I think a lot of people get too hung up on, the what if.
Yes, sir.
Man, what if only I could have, those phrases and stuff, and they don't help. You know what I'm saying? They just they leave you with unanswered questions that you will never know, because we're not in a situation where you could time travel yet. So don't worry about it. Just move on. So that's right. Yeah.
It's funny. It's funny you said time travel. I was watching Back to the Future yesterday.
I love that movie. I love all three, really.
Yeah.
The first one's the best one, but I can sit through all three. I won't lie. So what was I about to ask? Got sidetracked thinking about fucking Back to the Future.
Yeah,
and shit.
what was the worst? Probably the worst. That was the last question.
And then,
what was the worst thing?
I was gonna ask you if so. As this goes along, it's obviously kind of becoming more of a business. What is the ultimate outcome of this situation, and is it becoming a business? What you were trying to do? Is it the plan? Is it just kind of formulating and falling into piece and place that way?
You know what? I don't have a plan. I'm letting, like you just said, the pieces fall into place.
And
I'm gonna let God handle this, and because he's been doing it this whole time. He's been guiding me the right way, and whether if you believe it or not, this is my beliefs. I believe God has put a path in front of me, and he's guiding me in the right direction. So I'm just letting pieces fall into place. I don't have any expectations, or I don't want to put anything out there because I haven't done that so far.
Facts.
And everything has just come into place on its own. So
Facts.
I don't want to push anything. I don't want to force anything because like I said, I haven't had to do it so far, and everything has just worked out wonderfully.
Stick to the basics.
Yeah. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, stick to the basics.
Yeah.
I got you. So as far as, hold up, there was one other thing I wanted to ask you. What else can we be looking for from you? What do we have to
hopefully next year you might start seeing me hosting some parties, depending on how
you would be a dope party host.
Depending on how this COVID situation is going. I've had a couple companies already reach out to me to host some events. I could see that. I sent them all down. The first one is actually in Miami. So and the majority of my following is from back home from Miami.
Were you ever a DJ?
You know what? I used to DJ like privately, personally. It's not that I was a DJ. I had my own little setup and I would do parties here and there, but it was mainly more for fun. Like I would take my whole system to my friend's house.
I can believe it. You have this DJ vibe.
Just throw all these parties, and we would throw these crazy parties, and it would just be crazy. So, but it's been a crazy and fun ride, man, so far.
Hell yeah. That's dope, man. Well, I look forward to seeing what else comes from Dabbing Cuban. Dabbing G. Remember, put the G on it, man. You want to find it at Dabbing.
It's Dabbing Cuban, as well. It's not the Dabbing Cuban. It's just
the Dabbing Cuban. No.
The Dabbing Cuban. Give it up, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up for Dabbing Cuban.
See what I'm saying? It's a goddamn DJ. We got a DJ right here. But
wait up, Wesley, you're right over there, buddy. Don't fall asleep. Remember, you're here to protect me.
You look a little high, my friend. But yeah, man. Well, I really appreciate you coming out, bro.
I appreciate you having me, man.
Yeah, and I look forward to future opportunities to bring you back and talk about, the new endeavors that you have going on or have accomplished by then. And now that we have the full Dabbing Cuban introduction and people kind of have, insight into who you are and what you're about and what you do, we'll be able to just have bullshit conversations next time too, and just talk about current events or something.
We'll kick it next time, and we'll maybe bring in some products or something.
Yeah, all sorts of stuff.
Review and shit, and we'll come up with some dope shit for your audience.
I'm gonna have to get you on the start of the year. We're getting ready to me and Eric over there, my man behind the plan over there.
Yes, sir. We do the mastermind.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a morning little talk show situation, like a little morning show that I'm starting on the 4th.
You keep me posted.
And we'll have to get you in here. It's going to be early in the morning, so you'll have to be on one of them early tips. But
you let me know. I'm up every day at 3:30, 4 o'clock.
Oh, see, you in there. Because we're going to be recording at like 6 in the morning or whatever.
Wesley's looking at me like, I'm sleeping at that time.
Yeah, we're going to be starting at like 6, and we'll be uploading those every day.
Keep me posted on that,
man. So, but yeah, shout out to you, man. I really appreciate you. Got anything else that you want to say to the people, to your sponsors?
Shout out to all the sponsors. Shout out to you. Shout out to Eric. I appreciate you guys having me here, and I hope to come back soon.
Yeah, for sure. We'll definitely have to put something in the works. And again, if you guys want to contact him, go to dabbingcuban.com. That's his main page. How do you pronounce your last one? Nostradamus or something?
Nostradamus.
There it is. Nostradamus. That's the backup page.
That was actually a nickname Be Real gave me too.
Well, that's fine.
For taking the nose dabs and shit.
Hell yeah. So that's his backup page. You're always able to hit him up there as well because he's very active on both of those pages, being that his main page gets shadow banned on a regular basis. So go follow that backup page, and those are the two main places that you can contact him, whether you're a company that wants to work with him or somebody who just wants to get some information or just follow and let him know how awesome he is. Whatever floats your boat. And is there any other way to contact you, or is there any other platforms that you're on?
You can follow me on Twitch, Dabbing Cuban.
Oh yeah, there you go.
You can follow me on YouTube. I just started recently a YouTube channel.
Gang.
Dabbing Cuban as well.
Word.
And that new app, what's it called? The Cannabuzz.
Oh, Cannabuzz, the new one that's kind of popping
find
around
me on there as well, Dabbing Cuban. So
okay, yeah. See, so you got a few options.
Yeah.
But like I said, the main ones are the Instagrams, but you definitely got a few options. And one thing that we didn't mention too, for anybody who likes to play games, you can definitely catch Dabbing Cuban playing Xbox.
Dabbing Cuban as well.
Yeah, he's on Xbox playing that, and you can also play with him and his like Designer Gas Club team or whatever, because it's more than just them. Being stoners.
Yeah,
we're a gaming community.
We're a stoner gaming community.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? It's really cool. Follow them as well. And any other sponsor that he mentioned on here. But I love you guys. There is no me without you. Always remember, live life high, honest, intelligent, genuine, humble. And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.
Peace.